Hey guys, I am excited to share this training with you today. This is focusing on sleep and stress, the cortisol connection. So, covered in this training, we're going to go over several things: why sleep and stress management matter for fat loss, what cortisol does to the body, signs that you're stressed, even if you don't feel like it, simple ways to improve your sleep and reduce your stress, and what we're going to focus on today. So, getting started here, why does this matter? Let me say it loud and clear. You can do everything right, eating clean, lifting weights, walking daily, and still not see results if your sleep and stress are a mess. And that's because of one key hormone. The hormone that controls stress is cortisol. So you may have heard that word before. When cortisol is too high or too low for too long, your body really goes into like a preserve mode. And what it's going to do there is it's going to hold on to belly fat. You're going to have increased cravings, energy crashes, your sleep's going to suffer, and muscle is going to be harder to build, which doesn't work well for building a sculpted body. Don't worry, I mean, it's not really your fault. It's just your body's way of trying to protect it so that you don't burn out. But with the right approach, we can get things back into balance. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what cortisol does in perimenopause in particular. During perimenopause, hormones are fluctuating, and that already makes things a little bit harder. So, when your stress is stacked on top of that, you're going to have that rise in cortisol. Your blood sugar is going to become unstable. Your fat storage, especially in the belly, that belly fat is going to naturally increase, and your sleep's going to become more broken and inconsistent. It's kind of like a vicious cycle. But the good news is it, and we can implement a few powerful habits. So, here's a couple of signs that you might have this additional stress and maybe not feel it. Stress isn't just mental and emotional. Your body can feel stress even when your mind says, "Hey, I'm fine." So, here's how you might not know that your cortisol is high, but you might have some of these symptoms. Maybe waking up at 3 a.m., energy crashes midday, intense cravings for sugar, salt, or caffeine, maybe that feeling of being wired but tired, constant bloating, fatigue, and irritability. If any of that sounds familiar, I know for a lot of it does. It's really time to focus on recovery as a tool, not just a luxury. So we want to prioritize this. So, how to support better sleep and lower your stress. Might seem kind of basic, but it really, these things can make a huge difference if you focus on them. Number one, create a bedtime routine. That means screens off for 1 hour before bed. You can stretch, you can journal, you can take a hot bath, do something to calm your nervous system. And so this is one of our goals for the challenge each day, is to create that bedtime routine so that you can decompress and get into bed on time. Other options would be to try magnesium glycinate at night. This is one of my favorite supplements to support relaxation and deepen the sleep quality. Also, most people are deficient in magnesium, so it's a good supplement addition for most women. Totally optional. Another option is to get morning sunlight. So this is going to reset or spike our cortisol in the morning when we want it to increase. So 10 minutes outside in the morning is going to reset your internal clock and, support that cortisol balance. Especially going into summertime, this is a great time to establish this habit, to step out, get your face in the sun, get that going for you as we have more daylight hours. Another thing to do, ditch the phone at night. I know this is hard. This is just a habit issue, right? But that blue light that's going on in your cell phone is a melatonin blocker, and it's going to equal poor sleep. Plus, it just gets your brain going in activity rather than relaxing and decompressing. Then go to bed and wake up around the same time. Have a schedule, have a routine. That consistency is key for your hormone regulation and recovery time. So make sure the time schedule and trying to keep consistent with that. All right, today's challenge. Number one, try to get out for 10 minutes of daylight today, sunlight, if possible. Force yourself out there. You can just stand and soak it in, or you can go out and check the garden, do some little activities out there, walk around the house, but make it a 10-minute sunlight priority. Also, start trying to make that bedtime routine more of a lifestyle, right? So, one thing that does help with that is having one or two calming activities that are kind of your go-tos. Maybe it's stretching, maybe it's journaling, something that you can do during that hour of wind down time so that you aren't just thinking about, going to your phone or something like that or watching more television. And also, if you have kind of like a regular schedule, get to bed by 10 p.m., or sooner. If you're going to get that 8 hours of sleep, you got to get to bed on time. Also, priority today, make sure you post in the Facebook group. We're continuing with that challenge and accountability. You want to see your movement, so your walk or your workout. I want to see your protein focused meals, and I want to hear something about your nighttime routine or stress relief tip. Like, let's share with each other and get the topic going in the Facebook group. Our final thoughts for this video: don't underestimate the power of slowing down. Sleep and stress might not be like a sexy part of the fat loss process, but they are non-negotiables if you really want those results. So you got to take care of your nervous system, and your body is going to respond to that. So rest is productive. And tomorrow we're going to wrap up this, final bit of the challenge with day 5. So keep that in mind. We're almost there. I'll see you in the group and we'll keep going.